everybody doing this morning? We got a lot of energy? I got one very important question for you. Are you ready for the OTA Original Team Arrow? That is what I like to hear. You guys asked for this panel for a long time. This is the first OTA panel done by Heroes and Villains. And I think, some people may contest this, this is the first ever planned OTA panel ever. You guys all get to be a part of it just by being here. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's bring out my panel guests. Starting first, she is making her first U.S. Heroes and Villains appearance. You know her as Felicity Smoke. Please welcome the lovely BETT RICKARDS. Next up, everybody's favorite Diggle, Mr. David Ramsey. And of course, last but certainly not least, he is Oliver Queen himself, now Mr. 2-0, Stephen AMELL. I know the fans are excited for this. Very excited for this. I'm excited to join you guys on stage. I just had the pleasure of finally meeting you for the first time all week.
That was crazy, you remember that?
I do remember that. It was almost like it was yesterday, or today.
Did you introduce David as everybody's favorite Diggle?
Everybody's favorite Diggle. I can't take credit for that. Somebody recommended me to do that, so that's what I did.
Diggle is a noun.
It's a verb, also an adjective. Any way you want to use it. So it's a verb.
But Stephen, I introduced you as Mr. 2-0. How are you feeling this weekend?
I woke up this morning feeling surprisingly good, right? So I mean, I'll probably hop back in the ring immediately.
I was actually kind of bummed. I didn't know you were going to be wrestling this weekend. I was at SummerSlam when you made your first appearance and went 1-0.
Yeah,
Well, that was fun.
it's a high bar, but
Exactly.
no, man. Honestly, everyone in this audience has been a fan of something their entire life, and wrestling in San Antonio, wrestling in Brooklyn a couple of years ago, it really is like getting a chance to live your dream. I'm definitely not a professional wrestler. I'm not good.
Hold your own.
I can fake it, right? I can fake it for like 30 seconds bursts, and then I have to like hop out of the ring and go. But anyway, it is a little bit addictive, so we'll see. That's right, man.
Emily, I mentioned that this is your first U.S. Heroes and Villains. What has this experience been like for you? And what's it like going to events like this and interacting with the fans?
Well, first of all, it never becomes not shocking or surprising. I'm super grateful to see all of you. I don't think it ever gets normal. It's always a beautiful surprise to meet all of you. I don't know, I'm feeling kind of like Stephen this morning, feeling great. Ready to do another day. It's been really fun. I saw a bunch of Funkos I've never seen before. Funkos? That's Le Funko, the Monitor, Le Funko.
Stephen and David, you guys are no strangers to Heroes and Villains, and well, I pose the same question to you. What's it like always coming to these events and interacting with the fans?
You know what my favorite part is? You probably get this too. When you meet younger fans and they're with their parents, there is a look exchange between parents after you meet their kiddos that's like, and I especially get it when it's like a dad and you've met his son or his daughter and you've made their day, but you've also made them a cooler dad, right? And it's a look, you shake their hands, they don't shake your hand, they just go. And honestly, man, that's my favorite part, because I know that if the shoe was on the other foot, and I was bringing my daughter to meet, like for example, our friend Colin, who played Tommy on the show, his wife is starring in the Frozen musical that's premiering on Broadway in the early part of next year. And I'm definitely going to take Mavi, and we'll definitely take her backstage, and we'll meet Patty, who is Anna, and I will look at Colin afterwards, and I'll go. That's my favorite part.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You know something? I mean, yes, we do talk about this a lot. We kind of do this in a box. All three of us kind of really almost in a box. And so these two work a lot more than I do, but you know, it's 10, 12 hours a day.
Not this year.
Not this year. And so when we get out here and we're able to touch you guys and hear your stories, I never take your stories for granted. We never take your stories for granted. You know, TV is a very intimate thing. Like, we come to your house, you know, so it's an interesting relationship we have with you guys. And this is the only time we really get to touch you, so it means a lot to me, and I never take it for granted, so I'm grateful.
Nothing's funny, I totally got it.
I'm just watching this. I'll go down here.
Was the coming into your home's a little weird? Was that a little weird?
You guys like, it's the touching part.
People in the living room ain't hot. It's not hot. It's hot for some people.
Now, David, you and I share something sort of in common, as this past week, Thursday was my birthday. And Friday was your birthday.
Right.
So of course, being FanFest, all the great people at FanFest love to do something special for people's birthdays.
Oh.
So
It's a lemon loaf cake. Yes, I love yellow.
It's a hat. Wear it as a hat.
Thank you.
Put it on your
But
head.
Listen, what the hell is that? I don't know what it is.
Is it good?
Yeah, there you go. No, I'm good.
There's so much sugar. Oh god. It's good.
It's
good.
like
Looks like
I think my
sugar in yellow #7.
Yeah. I think I just hurt my back again.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you so much.
oh,
just everybody, real quick, wish David a happy birthday.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
So we do definitely have people lined up for questions in the audience, and being FanFest, we're going to give them
So much sugar.
do you want some coffee? Do you want?
I got the shakes a little bit.
Feeling good.
All right, we'll turn it over to audience questions. We'll try and get through as many of them as we can. So we'll start over here. What's your name? Oh, we'll start actually right here up front.
My jacket is so cool. Thank you for me. Did you see this? Oh, I'm sorry. One second. Let me present it. Where did I get this? You're about to find out.
Okay.
Please take 5.
Stephen, my name's Ed, and I have a question. Do you ever wear anything that even doesn't have knocking point or the blue jays on it?
I'm not wearing a single piece of Knocking Point clothing right now, but only because we don't make Knocking Point underwear yet.
Well, like Emily, I can take.
Oh, look at that
Oh my gosh. Yes.
Wow.
It's our new album cover. This is me.
Oh,
I guess I can actually support
There you
a
go.
knocking point.
I'm glad that somebody up here has some knocking points.
I got the American Nightmare Cody Rhodes wine socks on.
Clearly underrepresented.
All right, we'll start. We'll go back here again. What's your name and what's your question?
I'm Abby. I have a question and a comment. Comment, I love you.
This is a beautiful start of a relationship. Hi.
And my question is, what are all of y'all's favorite OTA scenes ever?
I just found out what OTA is.
Is that true?
I want to be called Oats. Instead of OTA, I want to be called Oats.
The OTA?
No, like Oats, like the cereal.
Okay.
Thank you. I just want one thing for Christmas or holiday season. That's about it.
What's your favorite scene? Do you have a favorite scene?
Episode season 1, 14, David slipping on the floor.
close.
That was funny, but it wasn't that funny.
It was funny, scary. 5 years later, very funny, not so much scary.
Can't stand these people.
Them in their matching jackets.
My favorite OTA moment was end of season 2, walking on the beach.
Season 2.
Yeah, that was nice.
Is it really season 2? Yeah.
That was the end of season
That
2.
felt like yesterday.
And we were all on the beach walking together.
So innocent.
I enjoyed it.
I'm the same episode, but for a different reason.
Did you get to sleep the entire episode?
Yeah, I could just sleep the entire episode. Aside from the super involved and difficult flashbacks. But I liked that first episode, your first episode in the bunker, for a variety of reasons. But mostly it was just hearing you and David work together for, I think, probably the first time. The first time with any sort of, extensive, dialogue together. Which is why, even though I'm in a coma, if you look closely, there's a little bit of a smile on my face.
There was one part where you actually kept laughing, but you were supposed to be like dead on the table.
I've gotten a lot better about cracking up.
Besides last week,
Oh, yeah.
let's talk about
Aside from last week, David and I both shot our coverage for a scene.
totally
And
scenes
we were
almost
done.
done.
Our coverage was done.
And then for no reason, we both just lost it on Emily's coverage. I actually felt
Couldn't get a word out.
legitimately bad.
Like sometimes
They started
I have to
cutting their
look
own
at.
takes.
Sometimes I look at Stevens. You gotta look very closely at me when we have some scenes with Steven, because most of the time I'm looking at just above his left eyebrow. I'm not looking at him right in the eye because he does things to me.
True.
It's true.
Yeah.
We have a question here up front.
Hi.
Hi, I have a special delivery from Big Belly Burger for you guys.
You're kidding me.
Whoa!
Would you mind if I take David's
Yes,
No,
please.
please.
Please do, please do.
Oh my goodness. Oh my
Big belly round of applause, please. Big belly.
You guys look so cool. Thank you.
Oh, it's
Thank you.
Between this and the cake, we're off to a good start this morning.
Awesome.
I'm so glad I'm not vegan. Wait. Oh.
Can you actually eat it? Is it true? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna eat it. It's gonna be great. Not on stage. It's very,
Oh, you can save it for special time.
very personal, but yeah. To be alone with my
Thank you.
burgers.
That was very thoughtful.
Are you opening yours now? No, you are. I'm just curious.
Should I be doing this naked?
In the meantime, we'll take another question. We'll go over to this side here.
My name is Cindy, and I have a comment and question. First of all, Warrior last year.
Yes, you did.
And the question is, if you had a chance to do it again, would you? And would Emily and David join you?
Well, I mean,
We're all in great shape enough to
the second part first. I like to think I'm sort of strong. David's way stronger than me. Emily is way stronger than both of us. She's a crazy person.
It's quite true.
100%.
I see your videos when you post them and some of your workouts are just nuts.
Yeah, I talked about this last night at there was like a theme at the wine party last night, which is basically like, I do sort of want to stay in my lane. Like, it was fun to go and do Celebrity Ninja Warrior, but I don't think it's necessarily my next career move, right? So if NBC was doing it again from a charitable aspect, from a celebrity aspect, then absolutely. If they thought that I could benefit the greater good, then for sure. But I don't know that it's my, I don't know that learning how to do the pegboard is my next, is my next step.
I believe in you. I think it's the next step. I'm ready. I'm ready to see you do it.
I'm ready to see you do it.
I will have to
All right, we'll go back over this side here.
Hi.
What's your favorite animal? What's your favorite science?
What's your favorite animal and what's your favorite kind of science?
My favorite animal is my dog. Specifically, my dog. And then my favorite, oh, please continue. No, that wasn't you.
No, we're good.
Science?
Science, yeah, what's your favorite kind of science?
Different types of science. I thought it was just science. No, I'm kidding. Chemistry is a great margarita maker.
Just in case my daughter watches YouTube clips of this panel, my favorite animal is a unicorn, followed narrowly by sloths. And my favorite kind of science is princess magic.
Princess Magic?
You don't know that?
Yes, David.
You didn't take
Princess
Princess
Magic.
Magic in high school?
Of course I did.
Yeah. Wow, it's an elective. Just,
My favorite animal is the penguin. People who know penguins know why. My favorite science is science to love. My favorite science is
we come into your houses and signs of love, getting to touch. I don't know. Where, if we just did a master cut of this, where?
yeah, we're in trouble. Biology.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's a question for me. A few months ago, Stephen, you had somebody post negative comments on your Facebook, and you made a video that had an impact on me and several of your followers. You said, quote, I feel bad, not for me, but for you. I grew up with you, so it was a really foreign concept to me. Can you give us some insight how you firmly believe that?
That if someone's being negative, that I don't feel bad for me or the person that's attacking me. I feel bad for them.
Yes.
Well, look. I mean, notoriety and being visible in the public spectrum is an interesting thing. You know, we as actors I don't think anyone on this stage ever had the objective of becoming famous, but we did have the objective of working. And if you work and you get a little bit of notoriety, you understand that for a room like this that's filled with so many people with positive feelings, there's always going to be a couple of people that are super negative. But I see that happen, and I think back to moments like this, and rooms like this, and days like yesterday, where I met yesterday probably give or take 1,200 people, 1,500 people, and I had 1,200 to 1,500 incredibly positive interactions. So when I see something like that happen, I think to myself, okay, whatever I'm doing, probably doing it the right way, and whatever's happening with this person, it has nothing to do with me. So you think to yourself, I'm not going to take that personally at all, and I'm going to have empathy for them. And that's just the way that I like to live my life. So I'm glad that that had a positive impact. Good question. Thank you.
I'm Courtney. I would first like to say to Emily, thank you for coming to our event. You had a great event. Thank you for having us so much in the city club. So my question's for you, but I'll open it up to everybody else as well. I really enjoyed this weekend getting to see and talk to a few mini faces running around. We saw one a second ago. And ask them why they love Felicity. I shared that with you yesterday. But my question is, what message would you like to share with the young kids who look up to your character, and Stephen and David, your characters as well? Because I'm sure you guys met some mini Olivers and mini Diggles as well.
The phrase mini Diggle.
I own it.
Company should be called Mini Diggle. I mean, we're doing it wrong if that doesn't exist yet. I was talking to my friend Pauline about this yesterday, of how when I was their age, or I mean, I would watch TV and I would look at these women on TV who seemed so much older than me, and I would just look at them and go like, yes, that's awesome. What they're doing is awesome. I relate to this person. This, you know, you watch people in different scenes, you know, it feels like you're a part of it. And if you can relate to that and you feel good about that, you're kind of going to be able to go out into the world and relate to people better, I think. That's how I look at it. And we were talking about this yesterday. I was like, man, I remember when I was that age, I was like, that person is so old. And I'm looking at these little girls going like, I really hope that you get to do what you want and you make it, where you want to go. And where you want to go will change, and who you want to be will hopefully stay the same. And just strive to be the better version of yourself all the time, because I think that looking at that from a young age and sort of just with a smile on your face, it's priceless to me, meeting these girls. It really is.
How about you two?
Any Diggles?
Yeah, mini Diggles.
I'm sorry, what's the question?
What do you want to tell the Mini Diggles in the future?
The mini Diggles.
Yeah.
The Diglets. I like that one. I don't know. We are here. We're pretty fortunate, and I would just say, start where you are. You know, just be who you are where you are. Be the most authentic version of yourself. I can't echo it. You know, I grew up in Detroit, you know, and it was tough where I was, but it was just a situation where you just kind of decide that in this place, at this time, I'll be the best me I can be. And it took me someplace else. And I would say to anybody who wants to do anything, start where you are. There's a school where you are. There's an acting class where you are. There's a photography class where you are. You don't have to run off away yet. Learn what you can. Help somebody where you can, where you are. And be true to yourself. That'd be what I would tell them.
I would say to the people that aspire to be like Oliver, first and foremost, it goes without saying, avoid murder. Having said that, if you're going to look at Oliver, one of the things that I like about him is I enjoy his faults. So if you're going to aspire to his resolve and you know, his drive and his loyalty and the way that he loves the people in his life, you should also look at the way that his stubborn nature and the way that his tunnel vision has negatively impacted him. You should look at him the whole way. You should admire his strengths, but also don't look past his faults, because I think that that will help you take a clearer look at yourself. Right.
We'll send it back over to this side here.
Hi, I'm Kay, and I have a question for Emily. Will you see Felicity taking place on a basic basis anytime soon?
Well, Kaden and Felicity mostly interact via a screen. So I hope so. As an actor, I've asked for it. I think we build to it. I think there's no way to get around that. I also think it would be extremely, extremely fun.
All right, we'll send it back over to the side.
Hi, I'm Aurora. First of all,